But you just mentioned there were a million other moves yesterday. Did one of them, taking sort of the Knicks out of it, did one of them, in your opinion, lead to a championship? Did something that happened yesterday, is it going to lead to...
Do you know why Kristaps Porzingis was called the unicorn? Kevin Durant gave him that nickname. Which means that if you had Kristaps Porzingis, you might have improved your chances of having Kevin Durant. So it's bad enough that yesterday happened, but you are forced to reflect upon the times, the days, and the weeks, and the months leading up to the decision that happened yesterday. And then when you pull it all together, you realize that the New York Knicks, once again,
Durant the full max because they were concerned about his Achilles injury. You know what that means? I need to bring in the greatest Knicks fan I know, Stephen A. Smith.
Look at the look on his face.
Stephen, I'm supposed to ask you if this is something, nothing, or everything. I can tell by your face. It's not nothing.
Despite the obvious, I was holding out hope that, you know what, Kyrie and KD might not go to Brooklyn after all, that they might come to New York City, that they might bless us with their presence, and we might have a star for the first time in quite a while. I don't want to hear about Patrick Ewing. I don't want to hear about Carmelo Anthony. I don't want to hear about Bernard King. I mean, that's how far back I got to go, y'all. I mean, it's been that bad. I didn't want to hear all about that. I was holding out hope. But then when you put into perspective that you lose out on KD or you lose out on Kyrie, you know what? That's bad enough. But it's not just that. It's KD, it's Kyrie, it's Kawhi, it's Klay Thompson, it's Jimmy Butler. It's everybody, for crying out loud. And then they had the nerve to get on my damn nerves by bringing up Boogie Cousins as if that was going to suffice. And I immediately picked up the phone, y'all, and called the Knicks and said, oh, hell no. And Amin said it best. It's bad enough that you don't have Kyrie and you don't have KD. But both of them went 20 minutes away to traffic on Atlantic Avenue.
But the fact that they picked Brooklyn instead. Y'all ever seen that scene in Boys in the Hood? Sick of fucking sick of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this. The only people that were Brooklyn Nets fans before yesterday, and we're gonna keep it all the way a buck, is Knicks fans that don't understand how to be loyal, and white people that live in Jersey and never actually go to Brooklyn. And then there's always that like fat nigga that walks around with the fitted in the Brooklyn Nets jersey. There's just a bunch of fat black niggas that walk around Brooklyn. They all look the same. And they have that same outfit on, probably with some Air Force Ones and some cargos. Y'all know the nigga I'm talking about.
They don't love anybody. Let me throw a couple more names at you that Ramona's reporting they're interested in. Bobby Portis and Reggie Bullock.
I feel nauseous.
What?
Hey, yo. See this motherfucker right here? This fucking traitor? He's gonna be a Net. This is an example of a Nets fan right here. Hey, yo. What the fuck time it is, bro? I had to get, just for this video. Just for you, motherfucking Max Kellerman. Just for you. The fuck you got to say today? Think we shots up you and fuck the other side, you heard?
The scenarios that Brooklyn, but Brooklyn is clearly not a bad thing.
No, Brooklyn is by far the strongest move he could have made for precisely the reason, Stephen A., that you just mentioned. It is far from guaranteed that he wins a championship, but when you join a situation that guarantees you a championship, what do you really prove? He's given himself a good fighting shot at a championship. So even when he wins one now...
Y'all want to see what KD and Kyrie playing together gonna look like?
Clippers always baby brother to the Lakers. Brooklyn, the Nets, are going to flip this town. New York is today and probably from here on.
I know what he's going to say.
Brooklyn Nets town. That was a strong move by KD, the strongest one available.
Charles, can you get in here, please?
Well, I'll say two
Bring that shit back. What he just said.
New York is today, and probably from here on, a Brooklyn Nets town.
Just so I can fuck that shit again.
This is the absolute worst day in the history of the New York Knicks franchise. And I'm going to tell you why it's the worst day. It's the worst day for me, too, because Max Kellerman is absolutely right. The New York Knicks have lost New York.
Don't give him that satisfaction.
They are no longer the team, the basketball franchise that represents the city. Here's where it gets really, really worse. To just break down some inside stuff. You lose out on Kyrie. You lose out on Kevin Durant. If you remember during the finals,
listen,
when I was depressed,
I ain't mad about losing that bipolar Stephon Marbury. Fucking KD. That shit hurted.
Did you know that him being one of KD's best friends, obviously he's no fan of the Knicks. And why is he not a fan of the Knicks? Because he got acquired by the New York Knicks, according to what he's telling people. He got acquired by the New York Knicks, and then the New York Knicks decided they didn't want to play him because they wanted to play some younger dudes.
Not only did the Nets get them both, they got them both to take pay cuts.
It would behoove you to ingratiate
just
with this guy so
for this
for you.
Slightly better Samuel Dallenberg
I'm just saying, like, I'm not telling you, I'm not
to come and join them.
I'm just deducing, logically, I'm deducing. Excuse me.
Samuel Dallenberg with hops, to be exact.
And you already because the stars went to Brooklyn. To me, it's over.
I think the injury impacted it.
It's over.
If KD would have been healthy, then the Nets would have just been even
Here he
better.
fucking go. Here he goes. I feel it.
And so someone with a brain is going to look at the Knicks and go, come on, get out of here with that. The idea that the Daily News puts Mecca and they show Barclays, it's true. It's over for the Garden. Mecca. I mean, at least Barclays is Medina now, at the very least. But the Garden's never been the Mecca. Who you talking to, nigga? Like, you got to go and pay your respects from a basketball point of view, not since Clyde Frazier and Willis Reed. I mean, Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley held it down without a championship. But since then, since Jim Dolan inherited the team from his father, Chuck Dolan, it's been a clown show. See, what the Knicks are doing now, Stephen A., is showing some health, actually. They struck out on the top guys, so they signed guys, not to one-year deals, but to two-year deals. Next year, there are no free agents.
Hold on. Did they just cut him off while he started spitting facts? I was shocked. Max Kellerman was about to give us some fucking credit. Yo. Hey, we still young players, cap space, good deals. Bobby Portis, Reggie Bullock. It's hard to come to terms with.